Hello and welcome back to this course. Today in this video, we will discuss about the Java generics. Basically, we have generic methods and generic classes in Java. And in this video, we will discuss about the generic methods. And in our next video, we will discuss about the generic classes. So let's write a code for the generic methods so that you have better understanding that how generic methods is used in Java. So first of all, I will create a class here. I type here class and example, and in this class I'm going to create a method. So I type here public void and print array like this, and in the parameter I type here string and then s, and in this method I'm going to start a for loop here. So for int I equals to 0, I less than equals to s dot length and I plus plus, and in the body of the for loop I'm just going to print the values on the screen. So I type here system dot out dot println and I type here s like this. Okay, and in my main method I'm going to create an array of the string type. So I type here string and I type here languages and I add some values here like Java, Python, PHP, C++, Ruby, like that. Okay, so we have an array with the name languages that contains some strings. Okay, so now if I want to print the array, I simply create the object of the example class here. So I type here example e equals to new example like this, and I call the method e dot print array and pass the languages in the argument. So I type here languages. Okay, so now if I run this program, okay, so we have type here s of I index. Okay, so now if I run this program, there is another exception out of bound. Okay, so I have to remove equals to from here, and now if I run this program, you will see all the values of the array on the console. Okay, so if I type here, if I create another array here like int and numbers like this, and I add some numbers in this array like this, okay, so can I do this? E dot print array and I pass numbers in the arguments? No, you can see the error. Incompatible type int cannot be converted to the string. Now you may think that we can overload this function. Definitely we can use the polymorphism facility here. So I just copy this function like this and I paste it here and I just stay in here int. Okay, so now I can definitely use this. I run this program once again and you can see all the numbers on the screen as well as languages. Now you can see that in the both functions we are overloading the function, and the only difference is the data type. For example, we have a method print array. Sometimes we pass a string, we sometimes pass integer, double float, and we also pass this student type value and our customer type. We have created our own data types like student, customer, or employee, and we pass those values to this function. So in this way we have to create many methods, we have to create many versions of this method. So this is not a good programming approach. To avoid this, we use the generic methods. How we can create the generic methods? Let's create that. I first of all remove this method from here, and now only difference is this data type. So I create a generic data type here. I make this method generic. I type here e. Now we know that e is not a data type, so I type here e, and also before the return type I type here e. and this thing is called the type parameter. This is the type parameter. Okay, now you can see that error has not gone from here because while using the generics, you always have to use the wrapper classes. I hope that you know about the wrapper classes. We cannot use the primitive data types here. We have to use the non-primitive data types or wrapper classes. Like I type here integer, so integer like this. You can see error has gone. We cannot use the primitive data types here. We only use the wrapper classes or our own created data types like student, customer, employee, etc. like that. And now if I run this program, you will see the same result on the screen. We can make our code more easy, so I use the enhanced for loop here. I type here E and I S, and I also change here I. Okay, so now if I run this program, we will see the same result. And now you can see we have used the generic method, and this is a good programming approach we are using right now. You can see we have just changed the data type of the function like this. So this is the generic method. I repeat this program once again. First of all, we have created the array of the string type like languages, and I add some languages like Java, Python, PHP, C++, and Ruby in the array. Then I simply created an class with the name example, and in this example class I have created a method array, print array, and in the parameter I type the and pass the array and simply print the values of the array on the screen. But if I want to pass some numbers or integer type values to this method, then I have to overload this method, or I have to create another version of this method just because of the data type. So what I do, I make this method generic. How? I use the E here. You can use any token or any key here. And for return type, we type parameter here. In the angular bracket, we add a key here like E. You can use anything here. I also write the E, and in this way I have make the method generic. Now first, when we call this method e.printarray languages, this E is replaced with the string. This all E's are replaced with the string, and after that, when this method call and we pass the integer type values, and this E will change into the integer. So we have made our method generic. This is very helpful in Java. Generics are very helpful in Java. So I hope you understand about the generic method. In our next video, we will discuss about the generic classes. So if you feel any problem while understanding generic methods, you can definitely ask me a question. I will help you. So that's it for this video. I will see you in next video.